It's football season, and you can now get almost anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a running back delivered, but you can get baby back ribs delivered. A strong defense? No. A strong deodorant? Yes. A six-pack of abs? Nope. Six-pack of beer? Yes. Get almost anything for game day delivered with Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Alcohol 21 plus and in select cities. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Satisfaction was
I
better.
would say because there's more social media now and negative news travels faster than positive news.
That's a great example of, I would say that's a part of it too.
I mean, imagine this. Imagine if you have 10 million birds on the landscape and you have perfect water here in Arkansas, and then you have a couple negative Nancy's that they're just not killing anything. You think they're still going to not say stuff on social media?
No.
They're going to complain, well, how in the world we got all these perfect conditions and we still ain't killing no ducks? And then you're going to have somebody chime in and say, well, it's because you suck. And here we go again.
Yep.
Here we go again. You can't look at the funny pages.
You are tuned in to the Foul Weather Podcast, the forecast to your next successful hunt. Coming to you from the home office, Jack's Reef, New York.
In the boot room of camp, Chris Beckman of Beckman Game Calls and Forrest Carvajal, Pond Creek Duck Calls, talks with us about finding honey holes, social media monsters and heroes, bee pop changes, weather, flooded corn, and more, plus your last duck migration forecast for the season. Did the ducks move? Find out all today on the Foul Weather Podcast. Hey, friends across duck country, a great sit-down with our good friends in Arkansas the night before the hunt. Here, as we enter the room at the beginning of the discussion, Forrest and Chris are hovering over a large aerial photo with Forrest jokingly trying to steal all the good spots.
You can't get to this except by boat, though, can you?
You can't get there by boat.
Well, I mean, like, you have to boat and walk to it.
Correct.
Because you're not walking in from any of this.
No. I mean, you could.
Forrest, are you doing that a lot?
What?
Walk it, like boat and then walk?
Look at him.
I
He's
mean, I
already
have.
putting recon. Him and his 20 buddies are going to come and try to look at him.
No. You crazy?
I was just run it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the background noise and everything, you're good?
Yeah, I like it.
I'm sorry.
All right. So what's the...
No, we're still doing this. Is Forrest?
We're just
Do
going?
you? So one of the things that I'm known for is literally just beating feet. My knees don't work as well as they used to.
Sounds terrible.
But like decoys on back, carrying, just walk,
Yeah.
walk.
It's
like,
weird. He brought
2
this up
hours.
today. We went and walked in the woods for a minute, and he's
Yeah.
like, "This is what I do. Is there places where
I was like, yeah, is there
people
water
can
back
go?"
here?
Yeah. He's like, "Is there people where they just walk through the woods and find little hidey holes?" You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's... When you give me a picture of a duck property to actually look at, yeah, well, first thing I'm going to find is the old lakes and stuff like that that's kind of out of the way, because the ducks are going to find it too. So, I want to know what it is.
Something hard to access.
Yeah.
Like half of what I like is like I might shoot 3 ducks, but I worked
The adventure to get there.
10 times as hard as somebody else to get there that shot 6 ducks. You know what I mean? Like I just like that. I like the pain of the hunt portion of it. I know.
But it means
Right?
more when you
I
put
know
more
that.
into it.
Yep. It means a lot.
Agreed.
Probably why I got a farmhouse with just wood fire and put 60. Can't believe that came as a question.
What wood burns the best?
So back in the day when our whole neighborhood had been farmed and cleared, but we were really erodible soil. So the was it like the county soil, whatever they are, folks came in and said, nope, like we're gonna try to work on moving farms to better ground, and we're gonna put in tree planting programs. And one of them, the trees they put in was mulberries. And mulberries are a messy tree, and they grow like a weed. And they drop a ton of berries. They got tons of birds that come to them because of the mulberries.
Right.
So the berries, they're like basically blackberries on tree. Do y'all have mulberries? Probably not.
I don't know.
I don't think you do.
I don't think we do.
We don't have a lot of
But
them.
they put a ton. I didn't even know a lot about them until we moved to this place. Like I grew up in New York and had never seen a ton of them. But like that thing will put a ring on, like ½ inch in a year on a side where it's really growing. But it burns like coal in a wood stove. And we almost have like if I just stopped today cutting any other tree on our property other than mulberry and just cut that and split it and put it in the wood stove, I could heat my house till the day I died.
Really?
Like we have enough fuel on our property on 14 acres to heat that house for the next 2 years. No, I'll live a little more than 2 years.
So it burns
Maybe
hot.
at this pace.
It burns hot and it doesn't burn quick.
That's
Yeah,
my
it's like
next
coal.
question.
Yeah. No,
That's
it's like
insane.
the thing you put in it. Like we'll take a round like this and just like jam it into the coals right before bed, and you come out in the morning and that thing's still sitting there
No way.
like that. But it's cold up. As soon as you poke it with something, it falls apart. But it's just sitting there holding heat in that wood stove.
I wonder if it makes a good duck call.
No, not at the with those and it's got like resin stuff that comes out of it. So
That probably helps it burn longer too with the resin.
I shouldn't probably not look up the pipe too long, but probably gonna have a chimney fire someday now. But
I hope not. I hope not.
But no, the point is like I like that whole process of the pain of the satisfaction of heating my house. Like the pick a tree out, cut it, buck it up, split it. Once you split it, you sit it in the field. Then once you sit it in the field, you got to move it to the log pile next to the barn because it sits there for a year, and then it goes into the woodshed. Then it goes into the house. So
I just hit a button.
Yeah, that's great. I miss those days, but I don't. Right?
Yeah.
And it's the same as like this stuff. Like I could go hunt, just grab a boat, roll up, put decoys out, hunt. There's a lot of places around me that are the same way. But I'm like, man, where's nobody going?
Well, there's a lot of old timers
Where are the ducks? Where are the
about
ducks?
ducks. Like I used to could roll into Biomeda and just find any old blowdown and kill my limit of ducks, and that was the way they liked to do it. They didn't like to do it like what you're talking about. I don't think very few people like to do it that way.
Right.
Yeah, because it's harder.
Yeah.
So you think, but there's a whole age of heroes and all that, where people couldn't.
But they weren't going 2 miles, 3 miles back into stuff. They just
So you think there were like just a ton of places that ducks went that never saw a person?
yeah, absolutely. Before mud motors and before GPS and all that stuff, yeah, I think that there was plenty of places that people just weren't going.
Is there anything left?
No.
No, you don't think so.
No.
I mean, there is when the water gets
So,
out.
like,
Maybe
this is what's-
maybe when the water gets out and you have a lot of places.
thousands
then
and thousands of acres.
I'm going to say that they can find places to go, but there's nothing that hasn't been hunted.
Yeah. You know what I'm left with is time. That's the new net. It's not space where you get to. It's
Right.
it's the what I work with is time. I'm trying to find, and this I'm giving away secrets. I feel like too much.
No.
But I try to find the time when other people aren't there, but ducks are.
Well,
That's kind of what I try to squeak into very often because I don't want to deal with the crowds. I've even started avoiding opening day. Right, like now I have to be at my spot at 3 to 4 in the afternoon before opening day to hold a spot, and then people are still going to squeeze in 15 minutes before shooting light, 100 yards away from you.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna use the D word again. That ends in W and has an R and an A in the middle. Draws.
yeah.
But what my wife and I do is put in for opener for a draw because when we get it, it's amazing. And we've been lucky and gotten it several years in a row in several places. We put in for them everywhere. But then if we don't get those, we're like, I'll kick around, try to find a beaver pond and shoot like a couple wood ducks. But after that, like later on, I'm like, all right, let's try to find that time when ducks want to be there, but everybody else is left. So there's a lot of midday stuff that
We don't have that.
Yeah.
It ends at 12, and guys nowadays. I'm not going to say all of them because there are definitely places that they leave early. But, I mean, when it ends at 12 and you've already put in all the work to get there and be out there, me personally, I'm staying until I have to leave.
Yeah, I've never sat that late. Like when you've heard me, I'm like 9 o'clock, nothing's fine because we don't get a 10 to a 12 flight. We don't. That's funny. So I'm contradicting myself.
Yeah, you are.
Right?
Yeah, you are.
No, because these are the marshes that are. It's weird. It's kind of weird. Like, when the ducks move into places they feel safe, those aren't the places that are hunted till 12. Those are the public places where, so if you get a draw, right, you're going to sit there, lots of guys sit there right till the end. And so there's always guns in it. But it's like the state land that sucks in general, that people are like, screw this, I'm leaving. But the ducks have learned that happens, right? Mm-hmm. And so they go to that, and they'll mill around in that, and then they'll go to the federal land that closes at noon later on, in general. But like late in the season, when they're starting to get pressed for carbs, when they got to eat, that 10 to 2 period can be really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
How much real
It's
estate
different.
are you working with? Like, because me and Forrest, I mean, the areas that we can traverse, right, that we can go and just disappear and find ducks, like, it's so vast that it would take us weeks and weeks to walk. And,
So
and
when
drive.
we have water.
When we have water, but
I'm driving around with binoculars with everything in my vehicle. And it takes me, I could do it twice a day, and it's probably 3 hours of my day if I wanted to put that time in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so I can see most of it, my
but it's mainly
spots
marshes and marsh and like, is it
they're
flatlands?
impounded units or flooded ag lands.
Okay.
And flooded, when the forest stuff floods, when that happens, that's a whole nother game. Like, I can't see any of that. Mm-hmm. And honestly, like, I'm not running. There are guys with, boats, mud motors. I'm running small rig, like, type stuff that I can jet sled or a kayak or canoe and just go. Mm-hmm. Like, as soon as I see it, I can go. And most of the time, what I'm doing is, like, I pull in, I'm like, nobody's here. There's 300 ducks working that.
Oh, my God. I wish that could happen.
No kidding.
I would love to turn a corner and ducks working and no one know about it. That's just.
Well, it's not that no one knows about it, but you got lucky to be there first.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you're on jet sled and you're going in, there's a truck that came in behind you. Like, you can see them, but they're like, well. And sometimes a guy will like come in and wedge in next to you, which sucks because a lot of these places are like, they feel like yes, you can be in there, but it blows it for everybody. Like, if I pulled into that parking lot and somebody was in that place, I would never go there. Like, a big, flooded, like, bit of water off of the river, right? Mm-hmm. And the whole place is 100 acres. But this thing is 25 of water, right? Mm-hmm. And then it just hasn't flooded full yet, but that 25 is flooded, right? Mm-hmm. That's one person. Easily.
How many yards is 25 acres?
Depends on how skinny it is, but this is a long thing. And I look at it and I'm like,
you couldn't.
Because my wife and I hunted that. That's the thing we hunted the other day, and I'm like, 2 trucks pulled in. And I'm like, don't be assholes. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we even had birds come by. I'm like, don't shoot, sir. I'm like, don't shoot at them because they can't see what's going on down here, and we got a really good shoot. I'm like, don't shoot right now. There's trucks up there.
Wow.
Right? But they can't. The one, the white truck came back twice, and there was a truck with a canoe that came by, and we had a friend that we actually held. We sat there for 45 minutes, didn't shoot a bird, and held it for him. He came in after I shot 2 birds, so he at least got something. But yeah, so I don't know. It's like that's a totally different system than here.
It is. It's very different.
But yeah, it's very different from what you're seeing.
And I guess the narrative that I'm seeing is like we're all trying to get away to have our own space and peace to hunt, right? And I don't remember it being this heavy when I was younger. I felt like there was a lot more camaraderie and like friendship in the hunting woods instead of, there was still bad apples, but everyone was on the same team more or less. I mean, there was still a lot of competitive people, but it just seemed way less like, I don't know.
Why did it seem way less?
Well, what I don't understand is
I don't know.
everybody says,
I mean, I guess, what would you say that because there's more ducks on the landscape, so everybody got a little piece and everybody was, satisfaction was better?
I would say because there's more social media now and negative news travels faster than positive news.
That's a great example of, I would say that's a part of it too. I mean, even if we had 10 million mileage on the landscape, would it be this?
I mean, imagine this. Imagine if you have 10 million birds on the landscape and you have perfect water here in Arkansas, and then you have a couple negative Nancy's that they're just not killing anything. You think they're still going to not say stuff on social media?
No.
They're going to complain, well, how in the world we got all these perfect conditions and we still ain't killing no ducks? And then you're going to have somebody chime in and say, well, it's because you suck. And here we go again.
Yep.
Here we go again. You can't look at the funny pages. Those don't work.
look at the funny pages. I
Nope,
like that.
you can't look at the funny pages.
So-
I'm done with the funny pages.
So you are 100% against social media?
90% against social media. For me, this duck season, I've actually looked at it less because I've been so busy and I've enjoyed it so much more duck season. And then the other day when I got home and I was tired and I was like looking through social media and I see all this complaining. Like I started getting upset about ducks. I was like, this is ridiculous. Why is blah, blah, blah? And I was like, I'm just getting off. I'm done looking at it. I'm going to enjoy what's in front of me. And after duck season, I'll talk to people about their bad season. But for me, I'm going to enjoy what's in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to adjust off what's in front of me, not what is happening in somebody else's so-called woods.
So I think we just have to learn how to exchange on this stuff too, right? Like the Follow the Podcast has a social media page. And I'll tell you this, like if you put something down on that page that is total BS, we hide it. I don't know what happens.
I like it. I like it.
Well, no, I'm like, this isn't going to go anywhere. It's
Yeah.
not helpful. It's not information. Do you know what happens when you hide it? They can still see it,
But
but
nobody
else can.
I had no idea. No,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm like, fine by that. Sorry. So when you see like 17 comments on a page, but only 3 of them show up, it's because the rest of
The
them
rest of them are hidden.
are total BS.
Huh.
And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't. And like, you shouldn't have attention. You shouldn't have attention,
Yep.
right? And people are like, oh, you're censoring me. I'm like, well, quit putting down total garbage.
Yeah.
And please make an informed comment about where we're at and have a discussion in this in general.
Yeah.
You know? And that's subjective.
I
And
was
so
gonna
some
say,
people are going to be
It's
tense,
like we
but that's
aren't
fine.
for censorship, but we are for censorship. You know, it's like, yeah, I know exactly. It's like you have no basis on this claim, but yet here it is for people to see, and now there's a false narrative that has flooded based off of going viral. And something recently happened, which was completely false news, but yet there's a lot of the duck hunting community that believes it now.
Negative.
And that's the only thing they
travels
saw.
fast.
Right. And now you have spread a negative narrative around something that
is unhelpful to everything that we care about.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
It didn't help our team at all.
Yeah.
It does not help. All it does is divide us. So I don't know how you bring that. I don't know how you bring that together without some sort of checks and balances.
The world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, and that's where Forrest says I've extracted myself from that in general. Like I genuinely disagree with pulling away from it. I'm trying to find a way to manage it.
I'm numb to it, so that's why.
That's
like,
fair.
I feel bad.
Good-
I feel
good
bad
for
for
you.
it because I'm like.
I can see his
I
frustration
know,
with this.
You know,
yeah.
there's a side that you should stand up, you should fight for what you're wanting out of the duck hunting world, and I'm not there right now. I'm in the space right now of like I'm done with all of that. I tried to help. I tried to give you, like I've seen people post stuff on my friends say things on Facebook recently. I'm like, we've literally talked about this and how this does not matter in the grand scheme of things, and here you are talking about it again. So I get butthurt because I'm like, we've talked about this. What you're saying, doesn't matter.
Well, you're not.
Or you just didn't listen to me.
That's the whole like. Everybody wants to win an argument about harvest management, corn, disturbance, like on the landscape, right? And you aren't going to do that. So where I always go with it is we post stuff on Foul Weather, and then somebody says X. If I can respond with like, here's some factual stuff that refutes you, straight up, I will do it, right? But if you come off as like wildly outside of anything that's factual, you're gone.
Yeah.
But if you say something and I can be like, oh no, actually this is what's going on, the comment comes out once. Done. That's it. Responded to that. If there's a rebuttal, it's out. Because there's no debate.
Yeah.
That's the point, right? You said something, we responded, good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
So that whole giant string, you will never see on any of our social media page because it shouldn't exist. It should be like these are the like if the three of us just disagree, like each of us had a different opinion, we should sit down like this and talk about it.
Well,
That's
that with draws.
Oh, I knew it was coming. Oh, let's talk about.
So wait,
I don't know what to talk
whoa.
about draws, man. Oh gosh.
Come
so
on.
Here. Let me say this first. The way that those discussions used to happen was at the coffee shop, and that information would move slower, and people would talk more with each other and react less. And the information channels worked, I think, better than they do now.
Probably right.
I think that we can do that, and that's actually what I'm trying to do through the way that it's not managing. I'm managing the page. I'm not censoring. I don't feel like I'm censoring it. I'm managing the conversation, right? Because if you just said something right now, I'd be like, shut up. Like, it was total dumb.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm like, hide that. Right? Like, we're just going to put that down here. But on social media, it just blows out there, and everybody grabs onto it too quick.
Yeah.
Right? In a coffee shop around a table, if you've at least got one person that's like, shut up, Chris, that's dumb. Like, that's what we're trying to do. And so try to make it more like the old guys' coffee shop conversation that then travels slowly. And eventually, I mean, some of that's still BS, but it travels slower. And I think eventually, somehow, good information squeezes into that. And that's what I'm trying to produce, I think, is something that's not just the puke that is social media right now.
Yeah, that's a great description.
But you want to talk about draw system?
I
thought that was where we
here's
were
my
going.
opinion on draw systems. I don't want to see them around me ever at all. They've already limited our access in my area.
Yeah.
All of the public ground around me that's state land is already Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Like, they've taken Monday, Wednesday, Friday from all of us. Like, I have to go an hour or more.
Yeah.
You can cut. What's
You're
up?
good.
You're good.
No,
you
where you
gotta
going?
come get something. Come, go ahead.
Yeah.
You can
They
get in
can
here.
edit
You
this
can come
out.
sit down.
Oh, shit.
Come on, join in.
You can come sit and talk, honestly. This is wide open.
Are you cut?
No, you don't even understand how wide open this is, so you can come sit.
Quick question. I
Yeah.
was going to ask you there, but
Just film this.
No. That's fine. So 50%
over the last 10 years, right? The numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
They're down about
what-
50%.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it goes ebb and flows up and down. What does that look like over the last 20, 30, 50 years? And then what does it forecast? What does those tables look like, or scenarios of it?
So one of the
Does it
biggest
naturally
things
rebound?
that people don't really understand is we've only had like 4 giant peaks in duck population levels.
In the history of recording them.
In all of them. And we just think that like we just use that as the benchmark of it should always be that way. And in no way should it be like that. And I mean I think that's the answer in general is like we just don't have a lot of these peaks and people expect that all the time and that's not how it's gonna be. Yeah. So we'd rather have like a little better than this, but those peaks are rare in general, so yeah. But
it's the average, and we're all hanging on the tip top. Most that our habitat can with. He actually wrote every single population from the inception of recording the ducks, and the average we found after adding all those numbers up for every single year. There's 6-point-something million mallards on the landscape right now. The average is what? Just under 8 million?
I think so.
I'm talking since 1955.
Really?
Yeah. So we're all wanting 10, 11 million mallards, and we're a couple million below the average.
We've only hit that number of double digits like twice or something.
You said four times.
4 times,
Yeah.
and 2 of them have been in our lifetime. That early 2000, and I think it was around 2015. Like those are the only 2 times that we've seen it like that. I think.
And here's what's funny is when I told you about how the weather severity has declined through time, if you take that and look at like where that line is of where these ducks should be and look at how much energy exists in that, we can actually calculate like how many ducks that used to be here can now live up here, right? And it's like 1.6 mallard sized ducks. So if you take 8 million and go to 6, like you basically like where we're at now is right on average.
Math.
And,
Yep.
and the maths and like those ducks that we want here are above us. Those 1.6 million ducks are probably above us right now because of weather. And that slope this year is a little better, but it's still around that.
But
77 degrees on Christmas Day, and the White River's a 10 foot.
But the thing
Keep
is,
going back to
but there's some areas that are having the best season they've ever had in their life, and that's the thing. It's going to be spotty. It's going to be hit or miss for different areas, and that's just anecdotal. Like, last year it was fantastic.
Well,
There's the same amount of ducks on the landscape this year as there was last year in the B-pop.
If your numbers,
and we had an amazing year versus.
We think it's going to be really cold, so we're going to go out today because we're going to kill them because it's temperature. Yet, look at some of the days, 70 degrees, we've killed the hell out of them. Some days it's really cold, we're not. So some of that, I don't know what the reason is on some of that, but
I think like a lot of what we do on the Follow the Podcast is like we can predict these big movements, but once they get to the southern latitudes, like you saw the one we predicted, right? Like the birds came in, you had a full flow of northern birds the whole entire time.
We did.
But after that, they get below some latitude, and they're just like those birds this afternoon. I'm like, I don't know what people are. What are they doing? I'm like, they're milling around,
going from A to B.
They're trying to find safety and food, right? And they move, and they move in bunches. And we don't know everything they do, right? Like most of them, once they figure out the triangle, they just do that thing, and they stay within that safety zone until they get bumped. And when it floods, I mean, if you get rain and it floods, you should probably hunt tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because they get confused and they go everywhere, and you just shoot naive ducks. But, I mean, there's a lot of this is what makes it fun that we were talking about is like, it doesn't matter where you go. Like, you can do really insane science with a ton of telemetry units in one place and find all the patterns of which ducks do. But that might literally be a quarter of a state that it applies to, because the next place you go, it's completely different. Yeah. And it's temporal too. Like some of this data that comes out that people are like, this is what ducks do. And I'm like, yeah, those were all in really warm years. That goes completely out the window in a really cold year with lots of ice. So I don't actually think this is where I'm at with telemetry units. And I love these folks. I work with them, but I don't think you can put enough of these things out to answer all these questions. I think a lot of what they're doing is like answering questions in time and space, which is way more specific than the answer. Like, so they'll tell you, like, this is what ducks do. And I'm like, that was very specific in time and space.
Yeah.
And it's going to change. So what I love about that is that for every duck club in every place, where you put your blinds, when you hunt, how you hunt, is constantly a problem-solving event.
Well, I asked you earlier, I said, which duck is the most adaptive duck?
It's a mallard.
Right?
Yeah.
For it to be adaptive, what does it have to do? It has to change.
Yeah.
It has to constantly be changing and constantly be adapting. So that's just what they're going to do. The weather's different every year. They're going to move and change different every year. They're going they're going to figure out how to survive.
Like Louisiana, still shooting the crap out of
Ducks.
what we call wimpy ducks, right?
Yeah.
The ones that aren't mallards that can stay north. We got black ducks too. Sorry to flaunt that, but we also have black ducks.
It's right in our face.
Throwing it in right in my face.
But those ducks they're there. They're there every year. They're there pretty constantly. You know, might not have as many as you want, but on populations, but they're there. But mallards are really the ones that are adaptable, and they move north and south on that freeze line. So, you know, and that's what people want to concentrate on. So that's what the discussion becomes. I think Louisiana this year, their numbers for, wimpy ducks is going to be pretty freaking strong. Yeah. Given how dry it was here, the flyover of you guys.
The flyover was serious.
Cold.
We got 16, 17 degrees for 3 days. I watched it. I watched the ducks moving south heavy. One day, it was magical, but we lost them. Mm-hmm. We got ice on the river, and we lost them.
Yeah. And that's what it does to them. That's
the day before that was shot.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
You got anything?
Did we answer your question?
Yes. Very informative.
I told you.
More.
He knows a little bit.
I'll retain about 10% of that.
Yeah. Don't feel like you're interrupting us. It'll be fun.
I did want to ask you some tough questions, and I want you to just nuts and bolts. I don't know why. I just thought of it, but like, is flooded corn short-stopping ducks? Yes or no?
Are we doing that?
I mean, I just want to hit the hard things that's on every duck hunter's mind, and I don't want to get too nuanced, but just say yes, no, maybe, sometimes.
I don't think yes or no is fair.
That's the hot topic. Are all the ducks above this latitude because there's so much food on the landscape?
No. I'm just going no. It's more complex than that. No, there's no way. Given everything we know about the changes in food on the landscape, weather, all that. I mean, flooded corn was going on in Illinois for years in the 80s. This stuff was happening well before that. Is it happening at the scale it is now? No, but we're also layering on a ton of weather stuff. Ducks are just going to sit in moist soil just as well, right? Moist soil, and here's the thing that here's why I don't give a crap about it, is that we lost so much wetland in the mid-latitudes over the years that ducks were just forced to fly over that. Imagine having to... I'm going to take a step back. Here's a perfect example of that, a negative example maybe for some, but snow geese used to have to fly basically from the Arctic to the coast to feed, and then fly back, and they had no food resources for the most part between. And they would forego years of nesting to get to a point of nutritional fitness to actually produce a nest and lay eggs, right? Now what are we doing? There's food down, there's food up. Hell, there's cornfields within 500 miles of Hudson Bay, which is insane. But a lot of it's winter wheat. There's a ton of protein. There's all kinds of food resources as they go north. And snow geese used to lay 2 eggs, 3 eggs every 2-3 years. Now they lay 6 eggs every year.
How'd that change?
All that food going north, right?
Oh.
So, take a mallard duck that leaves North Dakota, has to fly to Arkansas with nothing in between, a desert basically, and then try to go back north to produce. What do you get? Not a lot.
Not a lot.
So now we have a complete menu the whole way, and we're putting the stuff back on the landscape. So Louisiana, you shot a lot of mallards. Arkansas, you shot a lot of mallards over the years. But that probably was a result of just habitat destruction and shitty stuff on the landscape and not a lot of wetland resources. And so now, what have we done? We're just trying to literally complete the cycle for these ducks. It's going to change over time, right? So you could hate conservation all you want, but we've pretty much stabilized the population, I think, to the point that we can have all these, you know, the liberal limits and all that stuff without, there's basically, in my foreseeable future, I don't see a change in limits. I don't. People are talking about that. I mean, yes, within the framework, if we really hit some dry stuff in the prairies for a very long time, yeah. But we've created a situation where we have conserved ducks across the landscape to a great enough degree to sustain them at a level that we can continue to do this. It was in jeopardy. I think it was in jeopardy for a while. Because if the prairies were as bad as they are now, and Missouri, Illinois, Iowa didn't have anything up and down, all the private stuff down here and wetland reserve program stuff never happened. None of that stuff happened. People didn't care about ducks. We wouldn't have this at all.
AI is incredible. It can teach you how to fry an egg and even write a poem, pirate style. Yarr! But it knows nothing about your work. Slackbot is different. It doesn't just know the facts. It knows your schedule. It can turn a brainstorm into a brief. And it doesn't need to be taught. Because Slackbot isn't just another AI. It's AI that knows your work as well as you do. Visit slack.com/meet Slackbot to learn more.
New Year, same extra value meals at McDonald's. So now get 2 snack wraps, plus fries, and a medium soft drink for just $8.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
So if you put all this stuff together that we've done and just package it and throw it away, I don't think this exists anymore. Yeah. It all goes away. And I think that's what people lose, right?
So what I was about to ask, because you talked about how the snow geese, they went from laying a couple eggs to now they got more resources so they can have more, is the increased habitat that we're providing in those mid-states, is that kind of helping supplement the poor breeding grounds? Like they're able to nest a little better because they're healthier birds?
It's tough. It's all like it's all a continuum, right?
Yeah.
So like those, I'm just going to use 3 stages of wintering, staging, and breeding. I'm using the table as an example towards you. You're breeding, by the way. I'm wintering.
Like that.
But when all these things are banging on all 4 cylinders, it's lights out. And we've been there before. You guys have been there before, maybe. But if you take away one of them, you get that moderate population. The breeding grounds are really what matter.
Right.
But when you take away both these things down here, the wintering and the staging, that thing up there the breeding doesn't function as well.
Gotcha.
It just doesn't.
Gotcha.
We just don't send birds back quick enough. They're not in good enough condition. Reproductive output's not great. Hens are behind schedule. You know, they're still going to be pushed to lay. They've got a threshold level of fat and all their nutrients, so they'll do it, but their clutch is small.
Right.
And then say, ground squirrel or something gets their nest. Then they got to ramp that up. And they're already low on fat.
Mm-hmm.
Are they even going to re-nest? Because re-nesting effort is a big thing. So all of a sudden, these 2 things down here mattered for what that duck does up there. It's all a continuum. The best thing that a hen mallard can be is super fat as she hits that breeding ground. And so all this stuff matters, right? If this bird down here in the breeding ground just gets banged down all the way and is like barely alive, and then she has this she's got this genetic drive to make it here. And then in mid-latitude, there ain't shit. There's nothing there. And she's barely getting nutrients. And then she gets to the breeding grounds. What's she going to do? And she's already there late because she took too much time to get there. So this thing on all cylinders runs great. And it's an easy way to say it, but you can't think about it as one thing or the other. It all works together. So
we get stuck on that a lot, thinking about what this one thing does and what that one thing does. And
down here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we yes, the southern states like we yeah. I mean, I don't know if anybody else does, but yeah, I mean, we'll get stuck on we hunt too many days, or we shoot too many of this, and there's too much corn north of us. We get stuck on one thing, and I like the full description of how it all has to run together for it to run well.
One of the things I always tell people, like, if you're an outdoors person, and this is my only hook I got to get people to go to the prairies in the spring. The fishing is amazing. The walleye fishing, the bluegill. Bluegill's the size of freaking pie plates. I remember in northeast South Dakota, just in a canoe as a kid when I was working for Fish and Wildlife Service, just running a line out with 2 hooks and a spinner with worms on them, and just
really
2 fish. I mean, I would fill my canoe with bluegills that were the size of pie plates. But walleye, pike, bass fishing is amazing. Go up I told people, go up in the spring and just take your family for a fishing trip. Go rent a cottage. Like the places that you would go to duck hunt, go near like one of these lakes and go fish. But also just like go into the waterfowl production areas, hike around, take your kids and look at ducks. Like I think that's a great way to build like respect for that part of the world. Because most of us just go there when it's brown and shoot ducks and shoot pheasants. It's all we do. And if you've never been on the prairies in the summer, that's why DU runs that whole like prairie experience. They take their major funders up there and they're like, come see the prairies. And they're like, oh my God. And the wallets are like, I want to throw money at this place. It's amazing.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
To do that. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
You gonna set us up?
Well, you might need to like put in like a couple $1 million, but
I mean, I'm not.
Can't you?
But you should go to like.
Can't you make some calls?
Make some calls.
Make some calls. All 4 of us can go.
Do you know how unimportant I am?
There's not a great value tour that we could go.
There you go.
The Great Duck tour, or
but
something
honestly, you're up there, like those places that rent out for duck season are empty. Right?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably not making any money on it.
Nope.
So you can go up. I mean, I would go. I honestly might even try to just find a crew full of people and just go for the summer sometime and do some fishing. But it's spectacular. I almost didn't leave there.
Really?
Like the few summers I've spent have been, I mean, the prairies in the summer, the days never end. I mean, it's like you could go up in the fire tower at the refuge at like 11:30 and still see like a hint of sunset. Like that's in South Dakota.
I don't know that I'd like.
Oh no, it's weird because what's really weird is like there's like this much dark. So for me, it would mess with you a little bit probably.
I love the winter time
it's
here
like
because
12
like
and 12.
it's dark. It's dark early, and I'm like, let's go to bed because with the later that
dark
sun stays out, the later that I'm awake because I'm like, sun's out. I need to be awake. There's no reason to be asleep right now. Yeah, that would.
You guys are way closer to 12 and 12 than us though. So
yeah, that would hurt me.
Like right now, we're dark at 4:30.
I could do that.
And we're light at 7.
I could do that too.
Yeah. Somebody's asleep.
Sleep later, yeah, baby. Heck yeah. No, I'm not a sleeper because I don't sleep because I've got to get up. Sun comes up. Gotta go. Gotta go do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love more sleep.
Our turkey season's a little early though, so like because our light starts.
What do you
to
mean
change
it's a little
real
early?
quick.
When is?
Well, so our dark is really short, but when we start to get light, we get light way quicker.
Oh.
So you're like way closer to 12 and 12.
Yes, I got you now.
It messed with me down here when I was
Yeah.
at Mississippi State for sure, like that 12 and 12. So, because I'm a sleeper, like in the winter, I hibernate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that thing where.
Sounds nice.
What? Like when the sun goes down, I'm like a sun goes down, I go to bed and then get up, but like that's like almost 11 hours for us. So, yeah. Anyhow,
that would work for me. Where are we hunting tomorrow? Public land, transparent.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Where are we hunting tomorrow? A good spot.
This is what's fun. The draw is cards.
Yeah.
And the president runs it, right?
Yep.
I saw this tonight, and we drew cards, and you got so an ace is the high.
Yep.
And it goes king, queen down.
Yep.
I saw you I got number 2.
Yep. I got the worst card there was.
Right. But I was like, oh, 2, sweet. I'm like, I don't know. I was hoping that was the best card.
But it was the worst card.
Right, it is the worst card, for sure.
The 2 is never good.
Right, I was hoping. They didn't draw enough cards for enough people, so everybody got thrown back in.
Yeah, and we get a second chance.
And you pulled a 3.
I pulled a 3. I went from the worst to the second worst.
He upped his game. His game.
And somehow, we're going where we want to go.
Still ended up in a reasonable spot.
That's where we want to go.
That's fair.
Are there trees around us?
Yes.
Are we going to have the wind at our back or crosswind?
Crosswind.
Crosswind? Where's the sun going to be?
In the east. As it always is.
Okay, let me rephrase it. Are we going to be looking at it or...
No. I hope y'all are excited.
I'm going duck hunting. I'm always excited to go duck hunting.
Forrest, thanks for being with us. Really appreciate the conversation. And Chris, really looking forward to another hunt with you and Forrest tomorrow morning.
You bet.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thanks for having us.
We all know that feeling. Every waterfowl hunter knows the feeling. You're motionless in the marsh at first light, watching birds work the spread, hoping this season is as good as the last, hoping that the future has birds working the spread for generations to come. At the Theodore Roosevelt Conservation Partnership, the mission is simple: to guarantee all Americans quality places to hunt and fish. For waterfowl hunters, that means safeguarding habitat and migration corridors and creating more places to hunt, so strong fall flights and good hunting opportunities aren't a thing of the past. As the nation's largest coalition of conservation groups, TRCP brings together hunters, anglers, and conservation partners to make sure the future of waterfowl hunting stays strong. Learn more today and join the TRCP by visiting trcp.org. And we are back and into the last migration forecast for the year. If you didn't catch our special edition episode about Winter Storm Fern that we released last Sunday, a more detailed forecast from now until the end of the season, please go back and give that a listen as well. But we did update the numbers and not much changed since then. The snow did push slightly farther south than we predicted, but not much, and the snowfall totals did just what we expected across the Mid-South, and that was stay pretty much below a foot of snow, and a lot of folks got between 6 to 8 inches, some only 3 to 4, and some folks, just got a lot of sleet and freezing rain. For some dumb reason, ESF, where I teach in Syracuse, about a half hour away from the home office in Jack's Reef, we were already closed for in-person classes for today, Monday, by Friday afternoon, which is ridiculous because it just snows here, and the storm is nothing different than normal lake effect, or even less for us, coming in at between 12 to 18 inches in some places, but it's going to likely be less. We are currently sitting at 97 inches of snowfall this year, which is well above the average for late January, which is 67 inches, and our annual average snowfall total for the year is 128 inches. So to cancel classes is ridiculous when it's just basically snows in Jack's Reef country. But that all said, I hope everyone is someplace warm and safe where their infrastructure, vehicles, and etc., just aren't built for the snow and cold like us. Anyhow, the bigger issue probably is the cold with significant extended snow forecast to stay on the ground until around the 5th or 6th of February, as far south as northern Arkansas. So that snow's going to stick around, folks. A little warm-up occurs, but it's likely that we stay in a cold and snowy pattern for the rest of winter east of the Rockies, with a substantial collapse of the polar vortex occurring from a sudden stratospheric warming, or SSW, event in the Arctic. An SSW is a rapid and intense increase in the polar stratosphere in temperature up to 50 degrees Celsius in just a few days. This disrupts the polar vortex, forcing it to weaken, wobble south, and sometimes even split into two centers of rotation, one over North America and the other over kind of Russia and into Europe, so Eurasia. SSWs are characterized by extended periods of cold outbreaks east of the Rockies, and specifically studies indicate that increased atmospheric CO2 leading to a warming Arctic may increase the frequency of SSW events and thus increase the variation in our winter weather going forward. As such, this is kind of like a light switch. And as you've noticed, we don't often have a typical winter anymore. We either have this really warm throughout the entire winter, or then we're generally mild, and then we have these extreme events like we're having now. We just don't seem to get that quote-unquote normal winter anymore, where we can expect ducks to show up on schedule at a certain time because the winter severity has progressed south on schedule. You gotta wonder how confused the birds are, too. We saw a pile of mallards stacked up in creeks yesterday as the temperature hit -1 around the farm. We've been seeing similar images from throughout the upper Midwest as ducks try to hang on. But we've heard big flocks of geese leaving each night over the farm for the last 2 nights from the nearby lake and river around 7 p.m. As the sun had set, the moon was out, and they could use the clear, starry sky for direction south. Indeed, man, think about this. Reports of banded migrant Atlantic population Canada geese being shot as far south as North Carolina this year is happening, suggesting that not all birds are sitting out this cold. Telemetry units on mallards out there are showing up in different places as birds get froze out and have abandoned door number 1, which is hunkering down and waited out. Instead, they are forced to select door number 2, which is the duck shuffle, to find open water and food. This is making them more susceptible, and folks, ducks are getting shot. A lot of folks that I know that have quality places to hunt in conditions like this have gone dark. Not because they're hunkering down and holed up at home in the storm, but because they are shooting and it's gotten really good. That said, ice, snow, and cold is significant and a dangerous factor, so don't do anything stupid. A duck is not worth your life. But we also know that the Gulf Coast wetlands are filling up with ducks, so a bunch of ducks are now and will continue to be forced to choose door number 3, which is head south. There is not a lot of east to west movement that's going to be happening for ducks because they can't find good open water going east-west. This is a late southward event that they're being forced to do for sure. Is this every duck? Heck no. But for sure, mallard harvest will jump this week below that snow and cold line. Not much else really going on this week. It is the last week. If you can safely hunt, it might not be a bad idea to give it a try on the thaw. A lot of naive birds are going to be around because they are in new places. Enjoy the ducks, and then let's all work hard to keep habitat on the ground. Don't pull those boards right away. Keep that habitat on the ground for a long time, as long as possible after the thaw, to help them get fat so we can send them back strong. After this episode, the Foul Weather Podcast will go back into a 2-week rotation of episodes, and next we're going to give our recap about how our long-term forecast worked out this year. Did we get the timing and intensity of duck migration right? Tune in 2 weeks from now to find out. Until then, also go visit our new partner in habitat management, Hancock Seed. Search Hancock Seed Foul Weather. That's Hancock Seed Foul Weather, and you will find the Hancock Seed by Foul Weather Northern Deer Food Plot Seed Mix, a special collaboration we've been working on to deliver a real solution to keep deer on your property. A northern-focused food plot blend engineered to deliver continuous attraction from late August through spring, while improving soil health and plot sustainability. Carefully selected for cold tolerance, reliability, and seasonal nutrition, this blend is designed to establish strong attraction, provide consistent forage, and keep your deer coming back throughout the season. Have a look and scroll down and click Join Waitlist or Notify Me when back in stock to get in line for this proven food plot mix developed by the Foul Weather Podcast team. Thanks for listening, and as always, may your skies be filled and shoot straight, my friends.